Welcome to your daily focus, July the 20th, 2022. So today we have the moon squaring with Pluto. So Pluto's been very active, disrupting our lives in different ways. First was Mercury, then the sun, and now today we have the moon. And we'll get to that, but let me start by introducing myself. I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. Thank you so much for showing up and being a part of my path going forward. So we have the 20 energy today. 20 energy is about turning points. We will see where we need to step to the left or step to the right, that the path that we have been on is ending, that we are putting closure to it, that we are ending a chapter perhaps in our life, or allowing healing in. That could be another part of it, especially with the 18 energy. What am I talking about? The moon energy of today. So in tarot, the moon is 18, so I love the way that my brain connects things. Okay, so we have the 20 energy that boils down to a 2 energy. The 2 energy is about understanding the magic that you have within you, to look within, to recognize it as a tool to utilize going forward in your life. A talent, an ability, just who you are perhaps, your personality. If we do the numerology of the day, it is a 15 energy. The 15 is about a change of behaviors in order to step into a path of betterment for ourselves collectively. So definitely with the 15 energy, it's about a rebirth of who you are in a certain area of your life, or maybe it's within. It could be your spirituality, it could be within your relationships, it could be jobs, promotions, stature in the community, whatever it may be for you. We are changing some things about our habits, some things about our behaviors. And over the last several days, and today included, things will be pointed out to us. We will find a situation. Maybe it's a situation where we find ourselves arguing over things that do not matter. So why are we arguing about it? What is prompting us to argue over that, since it really has nothing to do with our path forward, or really anything at all, maybe. We're just arguing for the sake of arguing, or we're trying to save face, so we're going to argue about it. There could be 1,001 ways that could actually happen in your life, right? But most times it's our ego, right? We say something and then somebody gives us something back, and we don't want to lose face. We don't want, our ego takes over and says, oh yeah, well, I'll tell you this. And then you start arguing. Take the high road today. Do not argue. If you see something and you just want to say something, maybe that's the time to pull it back. Saying something, does it help you? Does it move you forward on your path? Or is it just saying something to be heard? Because that's the kind of energy that'll come out of us today. We'll be people, and we could be on the receiving end, we could be on the giving end, but it's a coercive methods to express thoughts today that will ignite arguments and criticisms and conflict in our life. So we don't want to invite that in. Absolutely not. 1 + 5 is a 6. The 6 energy is about our health and well-being. It is about our day-to-day routine, our mundane, so to speak. It can also have a lot to do with relationships. So pay attention to this energy in conjunction with. Sun is in Cancer. Sun is in Cancer. Of course, Sun is in Cancer. Moon is the one, though, Aries. We'll start off the day in Aries, and we will finish it in Taurus. So sometime about after lunchtime, you'll feel the energy shift. You'll start to slow down. You'll start to stop to smell the roses. You'll start to want your comfort and security of your home. You may be turning towards your finances a little bit more, your budget perhaps, your investments, whatever that might be for you. The way you earn it, the way you bring it in. We might be looking at different ways. Now, chances are it's not different ways to go forward, unless there's a blockage and we've wanted to go that way forward. We might see where we've been tripping ourselves up, not allowing ourselves to go in that way, procrastinating, what kind of fear, underlying anxieties there are. to doing that with our finances, relationships, that kind of, well, finances especially. We're talking Taurus here. But we're going to start out the day just with, we want to do this and we want to do that and we want to do this and we want to do that. And if you leave it for the evening, it's not going to get done. Okay, so don't beat yourself up about it. The moon has changed. The energy of Aries was with you this morning. So try and get those things done before you have a lunch break today. Okay, and you'll be happier you did, because you'll have that ambition and drive helping you out to do those things. So short little jobs, short little checks on the box for the to-do list. And you want to really kind of clear out most of the stuff by lunch hour in order to be assured that you're going to have completion to it, that you're done it now. You don't have to pull it out later and restart it or finish it off some more. Okay, moon will enter into Taurus, and that is about backing it up, smelling the roses, relaxing a little bit. It's a very earth bound kind of energy, Taurus. It's about your five senses. It's about tasting the best food ever, smelling the most beautiful fragrances and aromas. It's about seeing the most spectacular sunset or sunrise or flower or just scenery, or maybe it's a person's face that you just love and adore. It's about and it's about touching. It's about getting out there and touch, okay, and finding the joy, okay. And remember, those are beautiful things that you can give gratitude for today. Your five senses. So, especially if it's a bedtime ritual for you. And then, of course, we have the moon, and it's at 27 degrees. The moon will be squaring Pluto. So with the 27, I mean, that's a 9 energy. That is about completions. That is about endings. So don't feel that you have to defend your actions or your thoughts or your words to anybody. And if they start the argument with you, just simply walk away from it. It's really not worth your breath today. And it is the energy making them kind of react to what you say. So anything that you're putting an ending to on, and you happen to share a part of it, and all of a sudden you get this, whoa, wasn't expecting that out of left field. Just don't take it personally. Once again, don't take it personally, and walk away from the situation. And who did we, oh, look at that. We had the devil fall out. Look at that, the 15 energy. It's alive and well. It's about rebirth. It's about letting the old burn away and turn to ash in our life so that we can be reborn, that we can be a new energy, a new you, and transforming and manifesting in your world in a whole new way, asking for new things and new adventures and new opportunities, new relationships, new best friends. But it's really about, understand, underneath that we had temperance, so the 14 energy on top of it, and 2 major arcana. So we're just going to spend a little extra time, I think, here, because they're 2 very important cards falling out of the deck together. Now, temperance is having more by having less. Temperance I got yesterday when I was talking. I believe I talked about the blacksmith a little bit. And we are molding ourselves. We are shaping ourselves into who we want to be. So we are designing ourselves and our souls at the same time during this period. And here's 2 cards telling you just that. So having more by having less, what do you have too much of that's going unused or going to waste, or it just clutters your atmosphere? It's about getting rid of those things and simplifying in your life so that you can make the true, strong, bold steps that you need in order to go forward. It's about allowing the old unused to fall away, to burn to ash, so to speak. Okay, with the devil card there, we have the great fires burning all the old to ash. It's no longer relevant, no longer a part of our journey forward, and letting those things go so that we can be reborn. Now we do have, I think the new moon is on the 28th. So with the new moon on the 28th, we have 8 solid days of working at completing things, letting go, healing, moving past things, getting rid of the clutter inside and out of our lives. So put those back in. We'll give it just another shuffle. Ooh, a card tried to flip over again. We've got strong energy today, people. They're taking over the reading. Well, it really is theirs anyways, but okay, our shadow card underneath is, look at this, the Nine of Wands. I haven't told my story in a while, but I know most of you have heard it, so maybe I'll save it for the end. But the Nine of Wands talks about the paths that we have walked, and I think I talked about this a little bit yesterday, if not yesterday, the day before, about all these paths merging into a new path. And here is all the old paths that we have walked, all the paths to get to here and now. Now, the beautiful thing about all those wands in the back representing the paths that we have walked is we have gained knowledge. Look at how strong and true they are. And they all have some form of foliage on it. So there's growth and new growth happening because of what we have done and who we have become. Now, we hold this wand in our hands, and, you know, all the others started out like that. Okay, I know they look all beautiful now, but boy, oh boy, a lot of those paths were challenges for us. Big challenges. So now the accumulated paths come to one, and here we are, and we are holding it, and we are judging it, and we are saying, okay, now we're wearing white, so that's new beginnings, and we're wearing red, so that's courage and passion. But we're sizing up that path. We're going, okay, so can I take that gnarled piece of wood and make it into the celebration like my other paths behind me? Can I do this? And looking at the path itself, it's not going to give you much hope, is it? Doesn't look like there's much going for it. But all of our other paths started out that way, and look at how they ended up. So it's about maybe taking a risk on yourselves, going with the flow, seeing where you get led to, and allowing it to transform your life in some way within the steps that you're walking as well. Okay, so we have, oh my gosh, first card out of the deck. I can't make this stuff up, okay? The first card out of the deck is the Devil card, so I'm not going to go into talking about it. But wow, you need to look at your behaviors and your routines. Now, what comes at you today, where it might ruffle your feathers a little bit, that's a good thing. Don't look away. Don't react to it. But rather take it back, try to remove the emotion, and just meditate on it for a few minutes. Why did I let that person get under my skin? What did they say to me that drove me to the extreme of just wanting to throat punch them? Like, please don't ever do that. But what behavior do I need to change? Because it will be a reflection of something within you. It's for you to have the foresight to understand the energies around you, and that this is something being shown to you. This is part of that gnarly wand that you were holding in your hand, and finding out something about yourself so you can change a habit or a behavior. Because sometimes we don't see ourselves for who we truly are. Sometimes we don't see others for who they truly are. Sometimes we only want to see the best, and therefore that's all we see is the best, and we put on our blinders for the rest. So the energy of today will allow us an opportunity to change something in our lives, whether it's a habit or behavior or part of our routines. It could even be something within our relationships. And watch the arguments in the relationships today, please. If something's bothering you, just say, you know what, that really bothered me, and I'm not sure why, and we need to talk about it, because I think it's more about me than I thought it was. And see where that conversation leads. I mean, we have Mercury in Leo right now, so it's strong and proud, and we can say things with a confidence and with a boldness that we normally wouldn't have said to our partner. We would have said, okay, I'm just going to take it and walk away from this. But it's a strike on the wall. You don't want that, right? Like, I kid you not. You saw me shuffle. You saw me cut. Temperance is next. Right smack dab in the middle, having more by having less. Now, you kind of have to picture this card as if you are sitting there with two beautiful cups in your hand. And this is the balance of, okay? So we're holding these cups and we're mixing different energies together, different situations together, different people in our lives, different environments in our life. You know, what we do with our day, our downtime, our work time, our focus time, our yoga time, whatever it may be. And we're finding the balance for us. Just because that advertisement says I need it in order to be beautiful and spontaneous and have lots of friends, doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen if I buy that product. So do I really need that product in my life, or can I do that in some other way? By how about just being me in the first place? Because that's truly who they're going to meet at the end of the day. So it's about finding that true balance for you and you alone, not by what everybody else says works. Okay, you might be a night owl, so people that love that 9 to 5, you can't stand waking up that early in the morning to get to work. You want to be at 4 o'clock in the afternoon going in or something till midnight, or maybe it's midnight till 8 a.m. is your time. So if that brings you balance, then why would you not seek it? Just because your next door neighbor or your brother-in-law can't handle that time shift doesn't mean you can't. It might bring you true balance. It would bring total chaos to them. So that's why they're giving you that negative opinion. So know that they can't judge your walk by their eyes. And then we have the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is, you know what? It's time to go in search of new opportunities, new learning experiences, new challenges, to be open to it, to go with the flow, to keep an open mind. Especially when it comes to the arguments today, keep a very open mind to what might come forth at you. And try not to be knocked off guard too much, but just take it back and understand why that bothered you so much, why that irritated you, why you felt you needed to say something. And you may have had just cause to say exactly what you were going to say right at the very beginning. But by taking it back, you have this surety, this knowledge of who you are, and knowing that maybe you can trust your words or trust your actions. Chances are, though, it's going to be a window into learning something about yourself. Absolutely. But this is about taking a risk on yourself, starting to look forward towards that adventure. So start doing those new moon affirmations. Absolutely. Okay, let's see here. So Devil and Temperance are the stars of the show for today so far. We'll get a mantra card. I'll try not to put that on the deck while I shuffle, and we'll get an actual mantra. But what I was saying yesterday is you should have something that you say every day, just one thing that you're really trying to change in your life, to transform in your life. And that is your opening. That is your opening. I am. I am that I am. I am beautiful. I am strong. I am capable. I learn with ease. Okay, let's find out what our cards say. There's our book over there. Intuition. Trust your intuition. Your gut. Now under an 18 energy, I say that 18 energy again with the moon. With the moon. It's not the 18 energy at all. It's the moon energy. Well, they kind of go hand in hand, though. I'm not really wrong in talking about the 18 energy if I'm talking about the moon energy. And know that our moon is in Aries for the very beginning. So what do you feel like doing? Where do you feel like trailblazing? Where do you feel like accomplishing? Where do you feel like creating or inventing? Where do you feel like blazing that trail? Being the pioneer in something, starting something new, starting something different. Tackling something, going forward in some new wonderful way. Intuition. Trust your intuition. So don't listen to what others have to say. Trust your gut. As we go into Taurus, our intuition is really our gut feeling. So Taurus, we feel strong and proud, and we want to create a safety, a security. And usually under Taurus, it's more of a financial, because money makes the world go round, and Taurus is very grounded in the Earth's energies. So intuition. So intuition is our inherited gift. Where can I hold that you see it well? Right there. Okay. It's about divine intelligence guiding you in all ways, in your thoughts, words, dreams, and deeds. Everyone has intuitive abilities that need to be put into practice when facing challenges. You may experience this as a gut feeling, a hunch, And they're very accurate indicators of the right choices for you. So pay attention. Practicing with your intuition and exercising your intuitive abilities can strengthen these gifts, which can give you an advantage when making decisions. Developing your intuitive abilities is probably one of the most valuable things you will ever do for yourself. Intuition is a very accurate guiding force in all aspects of life and can contribute to your success and your fulfillment. The mantra is, I trust in my intuition to guide me in all areas of my life. I trust. If you meet somebody and it doesn't feel right, chances are it's not right. Doesn't mean they're a bad person. It's just your energies collide. Okay? You get this thought of, you're going to take the next left instead of waiting 2 streets down like you normally do. And you don't know that you could have been in a horrific accident or something had you gone the normal way. You might never know, well, if nothing happened on that trip. Well, thank goodness, because chances are something could have happened to you. Absolutely. And we'll take an animal card. So follow your intuition. Practice intuition. Okay? Practice intuition. Sit there for a few minutes and concentrate on somebody that you haven't spoke to in a long time. And chances are your intuitive abilities will pick up on them phoning you because they connect. We connect with each other. Using your intuition of what kind of weather is going to be for tomorrow. What somebody is wearing as they come around the corner. What color the light is going to be when you approach it. The first word you hear walking down the sidewalk. Intuition. And those are just ways of just tapping into the energy a little bit more so that you can read the energy properly. That's your intuition telling you yes, no. And usually when we have hard decisions to make, we go within, we talk to ourselves. Our intuitive selves know exactly what we need to do. Sometimes we don't want to hear it, though. We don't want to listen. But acknowledge that, too. My intuition told me what to do, and I failed to do it. Because your ego will pop in after a couple of seconds. You go, oh, I don't want to do that. You're like, I'll do anything. And then you hear, okay, you got to do this. And you're like, oh, I'm not doing that. Anything with that. I'm not. What's plan B? What's another choice I could have? Your ego will pop in there and start saying words to you, words that you want to hear, and you're like, oh, I can do that, and then you go and do that, and nothing happens. You're like, I listened to my intuition, but you didn't. You argued with it, and you can't argue with it. The deer, love. So be gentle with yourself. You heal with the power of love. See the light in all things, acknowledging your self-worth and grace. So it's about loving you. It's about seeing your beauty. It's about seeing your intelligence, your strength, your courage, your wisdom. It's about believing in yourself and knowing that you are worthy of anything that you want in your life. Anything. There's more than enough to go around. There's more than enough to go around. And don't think that you've started too late or you hesitated too long or that part of your life is over now. It's not. It's still there waiting for you, and it will be. So go after your dreams, your joys. You heal with the power of love. Many times, when we need to heal ourselves, the most beneficial healing is to be of service to somebody else. Okay? That way you are making them feel better and you feel good because you've done something wonderful for somebody with very little effort, probably. So if you're having a hard time healing within yourself, then go out and be of service to someone else and watch how that just changes your whole dynamic. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.